Good evening and welcome, folks, to Montreal, Quebec, Canada, home of the Montreal Mammoths, the lone undefeated team left in the PIHANA. They get ready to do battle against the visiting Edmonton Dinos coming in from Western Canada. We are ready for the face-off. It'll be Ricky Durant against Yevgeny Ely. Ely wins it back to Vincent. Vincent turns it over to Simonson. Edmonton trying to come on the attack. Gets across to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu poked away by Winters. They battle forward in the corner. Sylvester Sokolov on it for Montreal. Vladimirescu behind the net. Over to Durant. Simonson out in front. Gets it sticked away. And it'll be Sokolov coming up with it for Montreal. He'll enter the zone. Shoot! And it'll be knocked down by Edmonton's goaltender. It is Aldous Stainthorpe, the backup goaltender, in there for Daniel Rye tonight. And Montreal with the backup goaltender as well as Ivico Yuriska in for Jake Zavina. A shot! Oh, and it's on top of the net. It finally hits the ice. Oh, what a lucky break for the Mammoths as that puck went straight up in the air off of Yuriska and ends up on top of the net, not in the net. Edmonton that close to the first goal of the game here early. Montreal, again, the only undefeated team left in the PIHANA. They sit at 3-0, 9 points on the season. Edmonton sitting at 1-1 with a win over Minnesota and a loss to Calgary in their season opener. In front now, ooh, and a good stop by Stainthorpe. That Shegstead-Lackinen line for Montreal, trying to cause issues. They've done it honestly all season long, and see if they can get the advantage here against Edmonton. Alexiev in. He'll get it poked away by Partanen. Gets back to it. Alexiev cuts to the middle. Stop! Oh, and Yuriska right on the goal line pulls it away. A good stop on the rebound by Ivico Yuriska. The Russian goaltender making his first start as Jake Zavina started the previous three. They wanted to make sure to give Jake an opportunity off, and they want to see what they have in Yuriska as their backup goaltender. Yurakovac in the slot, can't get the shot away. Terenti Mikhailov will come away with it. He'll dump it down low. It'll be Austin Janovich plastered to the boards there. Puck gets away to Campbell for Edmonton. He'll stop at the blue line, and he's hit by Hughes. Colin Hughes loses it. Yurakovac, Filippo Zulz, Austin Janovich comes down the slot. Shot, Olsen gets blocked away. Mikhailov now up to Boris Duda. He'll come in on the near boards. Hit there. Olsen with the hit. De Laurent behind the net, and he's hit. Edmonton now will come up ice with it. Campbell gets it sticked away by by Mikhailov. Mikhailov coming in. They have numbers. Oh, and it's poked away at the last second. Duda. Mikhailov scores! Boris Duda with the takeaway, and he sets up Terenti Mikhailov with the goal right at the 6-minute mark. 6 minutes in, in the first period. Montreal at home will take a 1-0 lead. Edmonton wins the draw. Jack Westerman will be tripped down. Going to be a penalty upcoming here to Montreal. Let's see who is the call on. It'll be on Yevgeny Ely, the top line center for the Mammoths. Mikhailov, his second goal of the season, as he ripped that one past Aldous Stainthorpe. We are ready for the draw here. Edmonton, their first power play of the evening. Sorensen up against Lackinen. Sorensen wins it away. Stafford Spears cross ice to Simonson. Simonson low to Vladimirescu. Up to Durant to Simonson. Simonson cuts in. Shot just goes wide. Sorensen now tries to cut to the middle. Has it. Gets the shot on net, but it's stopped by Yuriska. Lackinen will get it and get it out of the zone. Edmonton on the season, just 25% on the power play, 3 of 12. Montreal, up until their last game and only given up one power play goal, they are now 8 of 11 on the penalty kill, sitting at 72% on the season. So Montreal, one of the better penalty kill units in the league. Edmonton, one of the more struggling power play units in the early part of the season. So we'll see if that trend continues. Vladimirescu in, glove stop by Yuriska, and he will hold it there. 12:53 left here in the first period, here in Montreal. It'll be Diedrich Langenberg taking the face-off against Valeri Kovalev for Montreal. Langenberg wins it back. Stafford Spears blocked. And Montreal will come up with it. Kovalev thought he had a step, but he decides to just dump it in. Force Edmonton back. Poisaris on there for it. He tries to get it up, and it'll just exit the zone. Kovalev looking to come back in, and he's tripped. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 action here. Yep, once the Stafford Spears touches it there. So we will go 4-on-4 after the trip by Poisaris. Right there near center ice, just trips up Kovalev as he was trying to turn in the neutral zone. So 4-on-4 will be in the Edmonton zone here. De Laurent against Sorensen. De Laurent wins it back to Vincent. Vincent to Winters. He'll cut down the slot. De Laurent, oh, just goes wide. Not sure if Stainthorpe got a pad on that or not. Acho up to Winters. Down to Acho. Acho, the glove stopped by Stainthorpe. All this Stainthorpe, the Canadian native, making his first career start as Daniel Rye, the American goaltender, got the first 2 starts for the Edmonton Dinos, picking up a win and 1 loss. Edmonton does have a back-to-back, so they've decided to go with Stainthorpe here, and we'll go with Daniel Rye for Game 2 of their doubleheader, or their back-to-back, excuse me. So now Montreal on the power play here. De Laurent will enter the zone. De Laurent stays wide, and he's bodied off the puck. Stafford Spears for Edmonton will get it away. It comes out to Vincent. They'll fight there with Simonson. Simonson has a chance. Was on his backhand, so he couldn't get the shot away. Janovich will now flip it back in. Filling the penalty so far, just 40 seconds left on the Montreal power play. Sokolov wide will circle. It'll be to Hughes, knocked down by Janovich, then knocked down by Sokolov with a clearing attempt. Janovich still trying to get it out, and he finally does. Just 20 seconds remaining here on the power play. We approach the halfway mark of this opening period here in Montreal. Picked off by Simonson. Arnie Simonson cutting in. Goes wide. He's bodied there by Hughes. 7 seconds left here on the power play. Lackinen up along the benches. Lackinen to De Laurent. Just goes wide. And comes back to Stainthorpe off the lively boards. And he will hold onto it there. 10:26 left here in the first period. And Philip Ozuls will win the draw for Edmonton. Up to Campbell. Campbell will stop in the neutral zone and turn back. Westerman picked off by Ely. Ely trying to get a step on Westerman. Oh, and it's taken away back by Jack Westerman. Westerman across ice to Campbell. Campbell, tries to feed Ozuls, cutting on the wing. Sokolov in for it from Montreal, and it's picked off by Ozuls. Edmonton with the mini break here. He's pounded to the boards by Winters. And then Winters will come away with it for Montreal. 9 minutes left here in the first period. Press to the boards there. Montreal will kick it back, and it'll be Hughes on it for the Mammoths. Hughes up to Lackinen. Lackinen goes wide, stops for a second, tries to get it down low. Scramble forward in front, and they score! It is Franz Schegstead. Going to be unassisted as it was a turnover there in the slot area. And Franz Schegstead, the Swedish forward, buries it past Aldous Stainthorpe. Franz picking up his 4th goal in as many games here in the early season for the Mammoths. Montreal will now have it back in their zone. 8 minutes left here in the first. Lackinen has room, enters the zone, staying wide, stops for a sec. Schegstead, and Franz loses it to Biondi. Langenberg now up for Edmonton. Langenberg with room. Diedrich Langenberg tries to center, and it gets knocked away by Partonen. This will be Lars Schegstead coming in, stops at the dot. Hughes, slap shot, knocked down by Stainthorpe. Biondi picks it up for Edmonton, out to Bassani. Bassani turns it over. It'll be Partonen that gets it. Partonen goes cross ice to Lackinen. Lackinen pressed to the boards there by Biondi. Poisaris behind his own net will loop around, trying to get free. I believe that's Lars Schegstead chasing him there. It'll come back out of the zone. Schegstead to Lackinen. Lackinen with room. Oh, and Lackinen tried to center it and couldn't get it through. And Brewster pressed to the boards. Jack Westerman for Edmonton will come up with it. Langenberg up to Poisaris. Poisaris across the blue line, poked away. Matthias Lackinen on it. Now Partonen. Sakari Partonen, the defenseman leading the rush. Shot! And it just goes wide. Going to be an interference call here on Edmonton. And they finally touch up. So another power play opportunity here for the Mammoths. Joel Olfson. Oh, they're going to call slashing. It looked like interference as he was trying to block off that middle area there. We'll see the replay here. Yeah, just gets the stick up on Mikhailov. The first goal scorer for Montreal, Terenti Mikhailov. Evgeny Ely now will swoop in. And he will win it. No, excuse me, Alexeyev wins it. Stafford Spears for Edmonton will clear. First big clear of the power play. Very big kill here for the Dinos, as a 3-goal game in the first period is not a recipe for success, especially against a hot team like Montreal. Edmonton cross-ice. Petrovic will now flip it out. Nearly hits the scoreboard with that flip. Jean-Gabriel Acho onto Sokolov. Sokolov will lose it to center ice to Stafford Spears. Ends up on the stick of Kobach, and he will flip it out. 75 seconds left here on the power play for Montreal. Petrovic take it away from DeLaron. Petrovic tries to get it across ice and picked off by Montreal. DeLaron up to Ely. Ely turns and he's tripped. So another penalty here on the Dinos. Sokolov coming in. And it's to Hughes. Slap shot blocked down by Edmonton. Oh, they had an opportunity there, did Montreal. And now they will get an abbreviated, as Alexeyev is called for the trip, they will get an abbreviated 5-on-3. Alexeyev there with the trip in the neutral zone, or as he was entering his own zone. Edmonton winning most of the faceoffs to this point, so 52 seconds of 5-on-3 action. Partanen, oh, he had room coming down the slot. Vincent just goes wide. Lackinen up to Partanen, cross ice to Dubois. Vincent, shot blocked away. Partanen able to keep it in. Right for it there, and it'll come out of the zone, and Vincent tries to bring it in, but he will be offsides. So we'll bring it outside the zone for another faceoff. Lackinen will take this faceoff against Campbell. Sakari Partanen loses it to Biondi. Westerman gets control of it and will flip it out. Just 25 seconds left here on the 5-on-3, 2-man advantage. Means we'll have a little over a minute of the 5-on-4 advantage, unless they score here, and they do! It is Matthias Lackinen for the Mammoths, putting them up 3-0 on the 5-on-3, set up by Lars Schegstead and Marc Dubois. That second power play unit has been a force so far early in this season. Lackinen now, they will have the single-man advantage for about 1:20. So another opportunity to see if they can get a fourth goal past Aldous Stainthorpe here tonight. Lackinen swoops in. He will win the drawback. Partanen to Vincent. Vincent, shot gets blocked away. It would be Lackinen in the corner. Fights there with Vladimirescu and Janovic. Comes free to Schegstead. Schegstead, oh, gets it right back from Mozuls. Dubois scores! Marc Dubois! Set up by Lars Schegstead. Another assist. Those two assists, that puts Lars Schegstead at 10 assists on the early season. An incredible pace that he is setting early in the season. So another power play goal puts the lead 4-0 for Montreal here. Colin Hughes will circle in his own zone. 2.5 minutes left here in the first period. Alexeyev will have it on his stick to Sorensen. Over to Janovic. Janovic looking to cut up. Austin Janovic across the line. Gets it to Alexeyev. Alexeyev blocked in front. Janovic now. Ooh, shot just goes wide. Might have been deflected in front. Hughes will fight there, and it'll come to Duda. Terenti Mikhailov, the initial goal scorer here in Montreal. Mikhailov tries to get it deep, and it gets blocked down. It'll be Sorensen up with it. Press to the boards. Tries to get it in deep. First one on it is Colin Hughes. DeLaron will come with it. DeLaron to Hughes. Hughes now floating in. Hughes tries to get it cross-eyed, and Alexeyev reads that. 50 seconds left here in the first. Ralph Sorensen up for Edmonton. Along the near boards, tries to center, and Mikhailov reads that well. Acho seeing if he can get an advantage. He can't get through Vladimirescu. Conrad McCoy, pressed to the boards by Acho. Olfson will come away with it to Stafford Spears. 6 seconds left here in the first period. Acho to Sokolov. They have an opportunity. Ely, they score! So 3 seconds left in the first period, and Yevgeny Ely is able to get the 5th marker of the first period. So we've seen so far today 2 pretty historic performances. The Calgary Stallions put up 6 goals in the first period, and now we have the Montreal Mammoths putting up 5 here today, and that is going to do it for the first. The Mammoths, we talked about it before the game. Many think they might be the best team right now, and they are definitely proving that here tonight at home against the Edmonton Dinos, as they have dominated the team from Western Canada. They jump out to a 5-0 lead. Edmonton doesn't even have 5 shots on goal yet to this point. So that is it for the first period. We're going to take a quick intermission, quick little break, and we'll be right back with you for the start of the second period. Alrighty, folks. Hope you enjoyed your bathroom break. Opportunity to go get some popcorn or something. We are back and ready for the second period. Evgeny Ely and Ricky Durant will glide in, ready for the face-off. And it's met or fought for there, and Sokolov for Montreal will come away with it. Sokolov to Winters. Winters up to Ely. We enter the second period. Montreal up 5-0 early here against Edmonton. Again, this is game 2 of our 5-game quintuple header that we have going on tonight. Our next game will send us down to America as the Boston Yachts travel to New York to take on the Empire. But for right now, we're worried about this game here in Montreal. 5-0. Edmonton desperately needing something to go their way just so they can have a little momentum. Oh, and what a shot there. Blown up by London Winters. Holy cow. Sounded like a car crash down there. Shagstead now into the slot. Oh, and a reverse hit by Petrovic there. Oh, and we have a fight at center ice. This is going to be Franz Shagstead, and I can't quite read. And I believe it's Sorensen for Edmonton. So a fight here at center ice right in front of the Montreal bench. The 2 Swedish forwards go at it here as Shagstead against Sorensen. Shagstead over the top. Sorensen right back with over the top right. And Shagstead puts Sorensen down, puts him to the ice. And that is going to end the fight right there. So we will come back to the neutral zone for a face-off. We have the debris cleared from the ice there. Oh no, we are going to stay in the Montreal zone. My fault. Thought we were going to bring it back out, but... And it was a penalty on the play as well, so we are going to have a power play for Edmonton. Like to see what the penalty was. Probably a roughing or maybe even an elbowing call, but either way, Edmonton on the power play again, needing something just to give them a little spark of hope. They were able to come back. Shot. Knocked down. McCoy now in front. It goes wide. Uriska holds onto it, gets it up to Vincent. As I was saying, they had a 5-2 comeback against Calgary on night 1. Ended up losing that game 7-6 on a late goal by Calgary. So comebacks are not new to this Dinos team, but you can't score 5 goals all at once. You need one to go your way first. Poisaris with a shot gloved by Uriska, and he will hold on to get a stoppage. Just over 3 minutes gone here in the middle frame. Montreal leading 5-0 on 5 first period goals by the Mammoths. And it comes back. Vladirescu, ooh, point-blank shot, gets knocked down by Uriska. Do we have another penalty here? I believe it's going to be a slash, and it's going to be on Lackinen. So Matthias Lackinen. Now we have a full box there for the Mammoths. Lackinen just with the slash in there on Langenberg as he was trying to get the shot away. So a 5-on-3 for about 1:10 for the Dinos. Edmonton wins the draw. Durant, Vladimirescu tries to get to the slot, and then Brewster will get it and flip it away. Minute remaining here on the power play for the Dinos. Important point of this game. Simonson now. Barney Simonson stops. Vladimirescu had an opportunity but decides to pass it up. Passing the puck well, and it's knocked down by Uriska, and he will hold. So good, fancy passing by the Dinos, but I think he needs something a little closer to the net for that shot. Can't just shoot it from the point, especially with nobody out in front trying to screen Uriska. Alexiev will face Ely in the dot. And it's one. Montreal will get it. Stephenson up to Hughes will get it out. And it'll be Durant with it behind his own net. Up to Poisaris. Garrett Poisaris looking to create some room. Create spacing. Alexiev shot. Blocked away. I believe Uriska ended up poking that away out of the slot area. Oh, and a busted stick. So Edmonton with an opportunity in the slot, and it's busted. And then they score. It is going to be Garrett Poisaris. Set up on the power play by Conrad McCoy, who got free in the slot, drew Uriska out, pushed it over to Poisaris, and he puts it through. So Edmonton now on the board here. They lead, or they trail, 5-1, but they are still on the power play. They'll have another opportunity here to get it to a 3-goal game here in the second period. De Laurent in shorthanded. He'll come behind the net. Gets out in front. Oh, and tries to get a shot away, and Westerman reads that and picks it up. The battle for it behind the net. Just 40 seconds left for Edmonton on their power play. It'll be passed up to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu in across the line. Simonson down the slot. Oh, and it's knocked away as Langenberg had an opportunity. And Montreal will flip it out. Petrovic up to Langenberg. Langenberg gets it knocked away by Dubois, and he will get it down. Petrovic there with it to Vladimirescu. 8 seconds left here on the power play. To Langenberg. Langenberg will stop, get to the slot. Petrovic down to Simonson. Oh, and it just goes wide. So they kill off the single man advantage. Montreal, first one down there is Lackinen on the clear. Shot. Oh, and a good stop by Stainthorpe. Evgeny Ely now with it behind the net. He'll kick it free. Petrovic will end up with it for Edmonton. Langenberg up to Westerman. Westerman to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu to Langenberg. Down low to Simonson. He can't get it through. I think Simonson was looking for Vladimirescu on the backside. It'll be Evgeny Ely. He gets the puck knocked away. Lackinen behind his own net. Up to Winters. Good forecheck here by Edmonton, keeping the pressure on, but Montreal will get it out. Acho over to Lackinen. Lackinen cutting in. Puts the brakes on. Slap shot. Knocked down by Stainthorpe. Vladimirescu to Langenberg. Langenberg up to Alexiev. Alexiev pressed to the boards there. Joel Olfsson loses it. Now it's Janovic. Janovic loses to M. Brewster. It comes on Uriska, and he's able to tow that away from danger. Olfsson now on it for Edmonton. Up to Ozols. Ozols will turn, get it to Alexiev. Alexiev across the red line. Gets it up to McCoy, and he's belted there. It'll be Sokolov who had the hit on McCoy just moments ago. Tries to center, and it gets knocked away by Edmonton. Janovic up to Ozols. Ozols stops at the red line. He loses it, and that'll be a slash on Ely. That's how Ozols lost it. So the call coming again to Evgeny Ely. He will sit in the sin bin. And the trip there on Ozols. So Edmonton, another power play opportunity, trailing by 4 goals. Approaching the halfway point of this game. Very imperative that Edmonton just keep the pressure on and allow Montreal to maybe think a little bit and worry about, can they hold this lead against what can be a pretty dynamic offense for the Edmonton Dinos. So Montreal with Lackinen. Then Sorensen. Sorensen now behind the net. Oh, tries to get it back to the point, and it will go wide. So Stainthorpe, the goalie, will pick it up. Will flip it up the boards. Knocked away. It'll be, and another penalty coming here to Montreal. Simonson along the boards. Loses it. So the big hit there along the boards, they're going to call the charging on Matthias Lackinen. So Ely and Lackinen back in the box with Shagstead. Now they're going to call that a charge there. So a 5-on-3 again for Edmonton. They scored on their last 5-on-3, and they'll have this one for a little over 90 seconds. McCoy wins it, shoots it right into Uriska, and he will hold onto it. Running in the face-off dot, and it's one away by Langenberg. Up to Durant. Stafford Spears shot. Glove save by Uriska. He can't hold on to it, though. McCoy now with it. Up to Stafford Spears. He'll come down. Durant across. Shot. Oh, and another good stop. It was Poisaris there looking for his second of the game. Durant down low. Langenberg up to Stafford Spears. Slap shot. Blocked it away by Uriska. Durant pressed to the boards there. They'll get it behind the net to Poisaris. Poisaris out in front. Stafford Spears goes wide. And Montreal will flip it out and get it out of harm's way. Under a minute left here on the 5-on-3. Poisaris for Edmonton. Gets it up to McCoy. McCoy, stick check there. Gets it just wide of the net. Sakari Partanen will pick it up and flip it out. Stafford Spears, first one on it for Edmonton. Poisaris now. Stop, turn. Tries to get it up ice. It'll be Conrad McCoy. Conrad McCoy stops. Sakari Partanen will flip it out now. First one on it for Edmonton is Ricky Durant. Durant to Poisaris. Poisaris now to McCoy. Enters the blue line. 10 seconds left here on the 5-on-3, and Uriska will glove that. All right, Sorensen now will swoop in, ready to take on Franz Schegstead. Oh, and they try to center it, and Winters picks it off. So that'll do it for the 5-on-3. And now they just have 28 seconds left here on the single-man advantage. Simonson for Edmonton. Gets it to Vladimirescu, who's got room. Vladimirescu tries to center. Simonson scores! It'll be Barney Simonson. Set up by Tudor Vladimirescu. So an important goal for the Dinos, as now they just trail 5-2 here in Montreal. Just crossing the halfway point of this game. Ely wins the face-off draw. Back to Partanen. Partanen almost loses it there, but Ely able to swoop in and get it. Again, Ely stops, gets it up to Sylvester Sokolov. Sokolov buried there. It'll be Austin Janovich up to Olsen, who just had the big hit. Vladimirescu in across the line. Stays wide. Gets it to the trailer. Olsen. Oh, and a good glove stop by Uriska. That was a big save there for Montreal as they look to hold on to this lead. Simonson now back with it. Simonson up to Durant. Durant will stop, get it across ice to Olsen, who enters to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu down low. Durant. Oh, and a glove stop by Uriska as he knocks it down and holds onto it. 7:38 left here in the second period. Zols against Lackinen in the face-off draw. Lackinen wins it to M. Brewster. Stephenson now. Leafer Stephenson up to... That'll be Lars Schegstead for Montreal. Schegstead will stop to Lackinen. Knocked down. Schegstead tries to get it on net, and Stainthorpe will come up with the save. So Aldous Stainthorpe gives up 5 in the first, but now he has settled in. Found a way to hold things down. It's helped that Edmonton's had a few power plays and has scored a few goals and put a little pressure offensively on the Mammoths. It'll be Schegstead who tries to get to the front, and he's belted. Jura Kovac enters. Shot gloved by Uriska, and who will hold. Face off there, and it's won by Edmonton. Kovac into the slot, gets knocked down. Ooh, and a good shot on net, and it's knocked away by Uriska. Zul's behind the net. Gets it out front, shot goes wide. Jura Kovac. Stephenson now on it for Montreal. It'll be Franz Schegstead. Now Lars. Lars will stop. Get it to Schegstead, knocked down. Stainthorpe will keep play going. Filippo Zols loses it to Lackinen. To Schegstead. Lackinen now in the slot. He scores! Matthias Lackinen. Set up again by Lars Schegstead. The top assist man so far in the league, and he is dominating that category. So a 6-2 game all of a sudden. After it looked like Edmonton had all the momentum, they had an opportunity down at their end. And now Montreal gets one back to make it a 4-goal game again. So Montreal now entering the zone. It'll be Mikhailov, tries the center to Duda, and it gets knocked away. Stafford Spears up to Alexiev. Alexiev knocked away by Mikhailov. He'll enter the zone. Pressed to the boards by Stafford Spears. Jean-Charles Vincent gets it away. Alexiev up to Sorensen. Sorensen looking to enter the zone. He's got room. Shot. I think that was McCoy, and it gets knocked away. McCoy to Olsen to Janovic. McCoy low. Olsen for the drive. Sorensen can't get a shot away. Olsen over to Janovic. Janovic down low to Alexiev. Tries the center to Sorensen. Gets through. Vincent will now take it away from Montreal. Delaron had it, knocked back. Vincent with it up to Mikhailov. Mikhailov to Winters. Winters across to Delaron. Delaron gets it poked away. It'll be Joel Olofsson heading in wide, the defenseman. He tries the center and it's picked off by Jean-Charles Vincent. Delaron up to Mikhailov. 2.5 minutes left here in the second period. Tudor Vladimirescu up to Simonson. Simonson, the most recent goal for Edmonton. They need more from him. Evgeny Ely now up ice. He'll stop. Turn. Partanen. Shot, and it's knocked down by Stainthorpe. And we will have a power play for Montreal. So they're going to call an interference on that shot. Ricky Durant. With the interference there, I guess I can kind of agree with that. Puck's not anywhere near that area. Gives them one shot, but it's probably that extra shot that gets the call there. So Montreal, unless they score, will have this power play all the way through the rest of the second period here. Acho down low. Shakestead gets it on net, and Stainthorpe will hold on to it. We are ready for the face-off here, as it'll be Lackinen against Campbell. Shakestead up to Acho. Campbell now with it. Campbell to Ozols. Ozols will flip it in. It'll be Acho on it now. Acho over to Hughes. Hughes to Lackinen. Lackinen across the line, loses it to Westerman. Campbell tries to get it out, and it can't. Biondi now over to Ozols. Ozols turns it over to Acho. Montreal with numbers. Shakestead stops, gets to the slot. Ooh, tries to get it down low to Dubois, and it goes around. Lackinen now into the slot. Back. Tipped. Oh, and it just goes wide. Edmonton. Campbell gets planted there. He fights back against Dubois. Lackinen now there with it. Biondi gives it to Campbell, and Campbell will flip it out. Just 45 seconds remaining here in the period. 3 more seconds than that on the power play for Montreal. Dubois in. Shot gets blocked away. And now Rocco Biondi gets it up to Jack Westerman to Campbell, and Campbell will flip it on out. 30 seconds left on the power play. Montreal with it. Evgeny Ely has room on the near boards. Sokolov trailing the play. Hughes shot just goes wide. Ely behind the net gets pushed away from the puck, and Olofsson will get it out with just 7 seconds left here in the period. Hughes to Sokolov. Sokolov trying to enter the zone. One more chance here. Knocked away. Needs to get a shot on goal. Shot. They score with 0.2 seconds left in the period. Colin Hughes. Set up by Sylvester Sokolov and Jean-Charles Vincent. So Montreal now up 7-2 here in the absolute dying seconds of the second period here. And that will do it for the second period. The latest goal in a period. We had Calgary score a game-winning goal with about 2 seconds left in the third period. Montreal here with 0.2 left in the second. So Montreal, with that goal, takes a 7-2 lead into the locker room, into the dressing room, excuse me. After 40 minutes, we will be right back with you for the final period here in Montreal. All right, and welcome back for the third period and what we're dubbing the Ancient Altercation, as the Dinos and Mammoths, the prehistoric monsters, get ready to do battle here. Stafford Spears up to Durant, 7-2 here, Montreal leading at home. Durant tries to get it down in front and can't get it through. Jean-Charles Vincent. Montreal, again, been probably the most dominant team early in this season. They haven't really had a hiccup to this point. Ricky Durant now in. Durant shot. Ooh, and it gets knocked away. Yuriska will get it up. It'll be Yevgeny Ely on the boards. Acho back to Vincent. Down low. Sokolov, and it just goes over the net. Might have been gloved there by Stainthorpe and then over the boards. Lackinen and Sorensen. Lackinen wins it back to Winter. Shakestead. Glove stop by Stainthorpe. Stainthorpe up to Stafford Spears. Up to Alexiev. Alexiev weaving through. Winters with it now. It'll be Vincent. Oh, and Alexiev swoops in to poke it away. McCoy over to Stafford Spears. Shot gloved by Yuriska. And Vico Yuriska will hold on to it there. So Simonson will take on Lackinen in the faceoff dot, and Sorensen wins it back. Alexiev into the slot. Ooh, and a blocker save by Yuriska. And now Partnan will come free with it. Up to Franz Shegstead. He'll lose it to Petrovic. Petrovic to McCoy. He tries to turn. He'll get up ice. Chased by Lackinen. Tries to get it down low, and it'll be Hughes, the first one to pick it up from Montreal. McCoy now out in front. Shot gets blocked away. Sorensen trying to get it on net. Montreal now up with it to Shegstead. This one is Lars. Lars belts the Edmonton defender to the boards. Conrad McCoy up with it for Edmonton. 16 minutes left here in the final frame. Colin Hughes gets it up to Alexiev. Alexiev turns. Sorensen gets a shot blocked away. Shegstead gets it out of danger, and it'll be Ely now turning in his own zone. Back cross ice to Shegstead. Lars Shegstead carries it in. Stops. To the trailer, Hughes, Ely. Oh, and a pad save there by Stainthorpe, and a big one. So Edmonton behind their own net to Ozuls. Ozuls off the boards, up to Campbell. Campbell cross ice. McCoy cutting in. Campbell, glove stopped by Yuriska. Looked like they had the goaltender out of position, but Campbell puts it straight on him. Can't really get it to the corner where it would have forced Yuriska to push off a little bit more. Philip Ozuls slides into the dot, and he will lose it to Yevgeny Ely, the centerman for Montreal. Ely now up to Sokolov. Sokolov into Ely, and a good stop by Stainthorpe. He'll keep play going. Olfsson up to Kovac. Kovac stopping, looking to get it towards the net. A good stop there. Janovic over to Campbell. Campbell stopped. Ely turns, gets it across the red line into the blue line. He'll dump it down low. Sokolov, the first one on it. Centers to Acho. Blocked away. Stainthorpe will hold on to it there. DeLaurent wins it back. DeLaurent now back with the puck in his own zone. He's poked there. Montreal will come up with it. Stephenson. Lee for Stephenson, the defenseman. Gets it up to Duda. Duda plastered there. Austin Janovic away with it. It'll be Durant to Simonson. Simonson in across the line. Still has it. Now he loses it. Andre and Brewster from Montreal to Stephenson. Loses it to Brewster. Gets it to DeLaurent. 8 minutes gone here in the third period. DeLaurent cuts in, loses it to Simonson. Vladimirescu over to Durant. Durant tries to center. Durant gets a shot on net. Can't quite get it through. Biondi knocked down in front. Stephenson and Shegstead. Franz this time away with it. Shegstead across again to Shegstead. Shegstead, this one Lars tries to cut in. Can't quite get it through. And knocked all the way back down, and Montreal will be on it. Winters with it. Winters up to Shagstead. Shagstead across to De Laurent. De Laurent will flip it in. Lars Shagstead will go in after against Olfsson. Olfsson gets away up to Poiseris halfway through the third period here in Montreal. Again, we have 3 more games coming up tonight. The most immediate game will be Boston, the Yachts at New York. Shot and score! It is Lars Shagstead. Usually the assist man. This one, he's able to pick up the goal to make it an 8-2 lead for the homestanding Montreal Mammoths. Face off there. It's won by Montreal. It's going to be Lars Shagstead. He loses it to Ozols. Ozols cutting in, stops, tries to get it down low, and it's just, I don't know if Yuriska got it or if it went off the side of the cage. Either way, another good shot by Ozols, and Yuriska able to glove that. So Ivico Yuriska, the Russian goaltender, with a good, 52 minutes here, 51 minutes, I guess. See if he can close it out in the final 9, but he's looked pretty good so far for the Mammoths, meaning they have a pretty good 1-2 punch in goal with Zavina and Yuriska. Ocho tries to make a move, and Biondi's able to read that and kick it away. Gets it up to Kovac now. Kovac trying to enter the zone. Will just do so. Campbell to Ozols, and he's bodied off the puck. It'll be Sylvester Sokolov. Now Ozols planted behind the net by by Winters. It'll be Ely up with it. Ely bodied there. Westerman away for Edmonton. Gets it up to Alexiev. Alexiev to Sorensen. Sorensen will enter the zone. Sorensen shot. Ooh, and it's just stopped by Yuriska. It looked like it might slide under the pad, but he's able to stop it there and hold onto it to stop action. Sorensen will face Ely in the dot, and Sorensen wins it away. Stafford Spears down low to Alexiev, and he's bumped off the puck by London Winters. London Winters now enters the zone. He'll go all the way to the corner, gets it low to Sokolov. Sokolov up high. Vincent gets it knocked away. It'll be Conrad McCoy to Alexiev. Alexiev to Sorensen. Sorensen plastered there by Vincent. Sorensen will keep with it though. Vincent kicks it away. They'll kick it to the corner. Get it to Winters. Winters up to Kovalev. To Larry Kovalev. Entering the zone, staying wide. He'll look to center, goes behind the net to Babcock. Babcock loses it. And Babcock will get called for a slash there as he was trying to fight with Sorensen. So Ralph Sorensen draws the penalty there against Brandon Babcock. So Edmonton, even though this game is looking a bit like a lost cause, still try to improve those power play numbers, see if they can get a goal, make it an 8-3 game here in the third period. It'll be up to Stafford Spears. He'll get blocked. Poiseris blocked away again. Good coverage by Montreal so far. McCoy to Langenberg. Langenberg gets it knocked away, and Shagstead will flip it out. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the third period here. Darian Stafford Spears to McCoy. McCoy almost loses it to Stephenson. And this time he will lose it to Stephenson. He gets bodied off the puck. Back forward is Stafford Spears. He'll turn up to Langenberg. Langenberg stops. Gets it over to Durant. Durant to Poiseris. He'll get his stick checked away by Stephenson. Stephenson will then flip it out. Just a minute left now remaining on the power play. Stephenson again with it. Gets it to Lackinen, and he'll get it out. 4:30 left here in the final frame. Lackinen with the turnover. Shagstead. Oh, and he can't get the shot away. It'll come to Durant. Over to Poiseris. They'll look to enter the zone. 3-on-3. McCoy now. Shot gets blocked. Poiseris. Low. Shot! And it goes over the net again. Another lucky break for Montreal. The Stafford Spears had the opportunity. Might have been deflected in front. Not totally sure. The shot came from the point in Stafford Spears. Durant looks to center. Oh, and he can't quite get it through to Langenberg. Langenberg then got it back on his stick, and he put it wide. Just 15 seconds left on the power play. So it looks like Montreal, if they can just keep this rush from developing, they're going to be able to quell this power play. And Yuriska will hold it there with 2 seconds left on the power play. Sure if Colin Hughes, if he's, I mean, at this point in the game, you might as well just keep him out. Only 3 minutes left, 3:40 left. Face-off won by Montreal there. Montreal will flip it out. 3.5 minutes left here. Babcock out of the penalty box gets on it. He gets it stick checked away. Sorensen for Edmonton, up to Simonson. Barney Simonson cutting wide. He can control the puck down low, and they can't get the shot away. Might have been stopped by Uriska with the toe there. 2:40 left. Vladimirescu gets away from danger, gets out of his own zone, will turn back. Gets it up to Sorensen. Sorensen now cutting in to Vladimirescu. Shot! And it's stopped by Uriska. Good shoulder stop there by Aviko Uriska. 2 minutes left here in Montreal. Face-off will be taken by Montreal. Jean-Gabriel Acho, 2 minutes now. Montreal coming in across the zone. Back to Vincent. Vincent, tries to get in and can't get a shot away. Vladimirescu will come away with it. Now Durant up the far boards. Durant, stick check by Ely. He'll take it. Evgeny Ely. Minute 20 left here in the third. Turns it over to Janovic. Simonson to the red line to Durant. Vladimirescu over to Simonson. He tries to get it low and shot. And it is stopped by Uriska. We've said that plenty of times tonight. Aviko Uriska with a great performance here. His first start as a Montreal Mammoth. So Zoles will glide in against Evgeny Ely. And Zoles wins it back. We'll get over to Janovic. Janovic to Olsen. Campbell Jr. in the slot, gets blocked away. Under a minute here left. Kovac up to Janovic. Janovic cross ice to Olsen. Olsen low to Zoles, and it's stopped by Uriska. Might have been deflected on its way in, but right into that Mammoth logo on the chest of Aviko Uriska. So they're set back up. 44 seconds left here in the third period. Montreal leading 8-2 in the Ancient Altercation. Vincent gets it up to Sokolov. They thought about the Prehistoric Rumble, calling it. My name might be better. We'll see. As Winters is without a stick, he tries to kick it along, but Campbell comes up with it. Campbell shot, glove stop by Uriska. 26 seconds left here in the third. The Prehistoric Rumble might have been nice. We'll see. I'm sure they'll have plenty of time to craft and come up with a good, nickname for this Canadian rivalry here. Right now, this rivalry dominated by Montreal as they are winning 8-2 here tonight. McCoy, shot blocked, and they score. It is Pavel Alexiev able to get on the board there. So Aviko Uriska, great performance. Gives up a goal with just 23 seconds left as Conrad McCoy burst into the slot, gets a shot on net, and the rebound, lively rebound, comes to Pavel Alexiev, and he buries it past Aviko Uriska. Evgeny Ely will pick off the pass from Janovic. And Acho planted there by Joel Olofsson. Sorensen now, and across the line. He'll stop. Gets it across ice to Olofsson. Stop. And now go wide of the net. Alexiev tries to get it in front. And we will have a power play here with 4.5 seconds left. As a trip on Joel Olofsson. Like the trip right there as they were trying to fight for the puck down in the corner. Montreal with an opportunity here, mostly just to help their power play. This isn't going to do anything for the game itself. It's a back Hartman, tipped on net, and it's stopped. And that is going to do it here for Montreal. So the Mammoths, again, the most dominant team we've seen so far in the PIHANA season, gets another dominant victory as they win 8-3 here at home against the Edmonton Dinos. So Edmonton, after a big win against Minnesota, comes in, gives up 5 goals in the first, and after that it was even Steven, but there's 5 goals in the first, a big deal, as it gave Montreal the breathing room to be able to just lay back, play defensive, and not allow much in front of their goaltender, Aviko Uriska, who had a great first start here for the Mammoths. So that is going to do it for us here in Montreal. We will send you out to New York for the Boston Yachts at the New York Empire. We will stick here with you if you want for the post-game stats and information, or if you would like, you can switch over to the New York Boston game. But either way, we will take a quick intermission and be right back with you folks. Hello and welcome to our post-game coverage of the Montreal Mammoths 8-3 victory over the visiting Edmonton Dinos. First, we're going to take a peek at the team stats on your screen there. Edmonton coming in with 40 shots on goal, so they dominated that aspect of the game, but were only able to sneak 3 past Vico Iriska. Montreal countering with 26 shot attempts, but 8 of them get past Aldous Stainthorpe. Edmonton 35 hits, Montreal 28. Edmonton winning the face-off dot. So again, it's those 5 goals given up early by Stainthorpe that really put the game out of hand. And even though Edmonton was chasing it, and they did a good job of staying aggressive against Montreal, it did not matter. They weren't able to come up with the win here tonight. Power plays, both teams doing pretty well on the power play. They both had multiple penalty kills as well. So Edmonton 2 of 6 and Montreal 3 of 5 on the power play tonight. So now we will head to our individual stats, and we'll start with the home victorious Montreal Mammoths as Lars Shegstad continues his early stretch of the season, leading the league in assists and dominating that category. He has 3 assists and a goal tonight for another 4 points, a +3 as well, and 4 shots on goal. Jean-Charles Vincent with his 2 assists, and if I'm not mistaken, I'll take a quick peek here. I believe those are his first points of the season, so big ups to Jean-Charles Vincent as he's able to come through with 2 assists. Franz Shegstad a goal and an assist, Matthias Lackinen 2 goals, Sokolov 2 assists, Dubois a goal and an assist, Acho an assist, Ely Hughes Mikhailov all with a goal, and then Boris Duda with an assist there. And then our pointless fellows, we have Winters, DeLaron, and Brewster, Partanen, Kovalev, Stephenson, and Babcock. And if I'm not mistaken, a rare side, no minuses at all for any of the Montreal Mammoths. A lot of pluses and then a few zeros as well. But a good outing here for Montreal as they, continue to just dominate the rest of the league right now, and they look like the early favorite to be champions of the PIHANA season. But it's a long season, a lot of things can happen. We'll see what goes on the rest of the way. As for the goalies, they went with their backup, Vico Iriska, and he comes out with a gem of a performance. 40 shots on net, and he stops 37 of them, giving up just 3 goals in those 40 shots. So great start from their backup, Vico Iriska, and it makes you feel pretty confident that this Montreal Mammoths team is going to be able to have probably the best 1-2 punch in the league with Jake Savina and Vico Iriska. Now, could that be a challenge? Possibly, but I think Montreal right now, the way they're playing, might not even matter who's in net. They've just kind of dominated offensively and been able to take control of every game they've played in to this point. So now we will head to the visiting Edmonton Dinos. It's Conrad McCoy, the big point getter, with 2 assists. Pavel Alexiev a goal and an assist, and that's where it kind of becomes disappointing. I mean, Sorensen, Vladimirescu, and Simonson, should be Durant, Vladimirescu, and Simonson, that top line. Durant not anywhere on the score sheet. He only played 18 minutes. Simonson only plays 20 minutes. He does get a goal on the power play, and Vladimirescu sets it up, but they need, I think, more consistent goal scoring or just more consistent offense. It feels like it's been kind of up and down. Ben Campbell had the shorthanded goal in the first game. He hasn't really done much since offensively. You expect a little more out of Philip Ozuls. Diedrich Langenberg, only 10, almost 11 minutes tonight. Not what you would need from him. And again, that starting, defense core of Stafford Spears, defense pair of Stafford Spears and Dmitry Petrovic, as Petrovic does get on the board with an assist tonight, but still a -1. Stafford Spears, where did he go? I just had him. Sorry. With a -2, no goals, no assists, 6 hits though, So again, a disappointing performance here from Edmonton. Again, they did not come out with the energy and the life they needed to, put them down early, and they were unable to recover from that early deficit. So now we head to the goaltending, and that's where it ends up. Oh, and they did actually have Daniel Ryan there. I didn't know after the 8th goal. I didn't pay enough attention, I guess. So Aldous Stainthorpe giving up the 8 goals on 25 shots, putting him at a .680 save percentage. To be fair, that's kind of what Edmonton is not expecting out of Stainthorpe, but they know he's very clearly the backup. There is no question on should it be Rye or should it be Stainthorpe. It is Daniel Rye's net until he does something to absolutely lose it. And Stainthorpe, for all intents and purposes, did prove that here tonight as he gives up the 8 goals on just 25 shots. Rye did get in for about 10 minutes. He did make 1 save on the 1 shot he did face. So now we will head to the goals scored in tonight's game. Oops, nope, not penalties, sorry. We'll have goals, and you see it there, the 5 to start the first period. Mikhailov 6 minutes in, Shakestead just crossed the halfway point, and then it came boom, boom, boom. Lackinen at 16:44, Dubois at 17:09, and then Evgeny Ely with about 2 seconds left in the first period put them up 5-0. Edmonton fires back with 2 of their own. Lackinen able to get one, and then Hughes with less than a second left in the second period sticks one by Aldous Stainthorpe. Lars Shakestead then got the chaser to get Aldous Stainthorpe out of there, and then Pavel Alexiev with 23 seconds left made it a 5-goal game late. But those are your goal scorers tonight, and that is going to do it for our coverage here from Montreal. Montreal continues their undefeated streak, and now we get into the questions of who is going to end their undefeated season. And now Edmonton, they try to come back in a pretty tightly compacted, although now they're losing ground in that Canadian division. We'll see what Toronto is able to do later tonight in their game. If Toronto is able to win, that puts Edmonton in a much bigger hole. They still are ahead of Ottawa in the Canadian division, but they need to start picking up some wins, especially against their continental foes from Canada. So that's going to do it here for us from Montreal. We're going to send you out to New York for the Boston Yachts against the New York Empire. We'll see you next time, folks.